Okay, this is a little informational video on how I installed my Pathfinder Fog Lights. This will work with any brand fog lights. It's kind of a shortcut to what Honda wants you to do. Instead of removing about a bunch of body panels to get to the switch console. But first off, this edge trim you see here, Pathfinder doesn't supply that, but it cleans up this ragged edge around the fog lights that even, you know, it's ragged even before you punch out those fog light blanks. It cleans up the fog light edge really nice. So basically I'm going to show you what I did to facilitate taking this switch console out. I didn't remove the seat or any of these body panels on either side. All I did was remove this engine cover, this cowl cover, this cover, and this cowl. Your electrical connection is right in this area for the fog lights. There's a dummy plug. You just plug your fog lights into that after you remove the dummy plug. So basically, on this side, of course, the fog light cover, the engine cover, the alternator cover, the side cover, and a fuse box cover inside the side panel. That's all I did. And the following video, if you continue to watch, will show you how to easily remove this and install your switch without removing all the body panels. So I'm installing some fog lights without taking all the side panels and making the bike naked to get the console out. Pulling up on these side pieces here, there's a snap that you can pull out, and then you can get to a 5mm screw on both sides with an L Allen wrench, 5mm. And then you also have some pop rivets kind of like facing that way. You pull those out on both sides, and then you can pull the console up and out of there, and then at that point you got it flipped back so you can see the back side, and you take out 4 screws on that, and then you pull the side covers off carefully, and then after that you can pull the bezel. This bezel comes off. You lift from the back and push forward on that, and then you can get to the screw that holds this button in, which is where your fog light button goes. So that's as far as I am right now. I'm getting ready to put the button in and put it back together. Okay, after you put the bezel on, you have to put these 2 screws back in. Before you put the side panels on. You don't want to over tighten, you just want to get them to bottom out. Now you can put your side panels back on. Now, just keep that taped together because we're going to flip it back. Flip it back about like that. The 2 short screws go on the bottom. The two long screws go to the top. I'm going to crisscross just to make sure everything's lined up properly. And this screw and this button that came out, you don't need anymore. Kind of go down there and look at that. This old dummy button and that screw you don't need anymore. As you put the button in and you can see it pushes in and out. Now you need to lift up on that and that. What we're trying to do, there's a couple of screw holes on each side that you got to get back to. Now, what you got to do, I got to make sure I get that front engaged, and right now I'm not. So I got to get it. There it went. So you kind of push up and then down and slide back, and everything lines up. So now we're back to, we can probably take this off. What I'm going to do is make sure these pins are pulled all the way out. Stick it in the pop rivet hole. I dropped it. I don't know where it went. You got to be careful with that. I don't know where that went. I need my flashlight. Okay, I got that one back in without dropping it. So just make sure the base is pushed all the way against the body and then push the pin in. That looks seated. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this one side, and then I'll have to look for that rivet. And you got an L-shaped Allen wrench. Stick the screw in the hole without dropping it. I think I got it started. It takes a little work to get this Allen wrench, to get the screw in with this Allen wrench. You just got to be patient. I'm going to try to cheat a little bit. I do have it started. Yeah, I got it. Now I just want to snug it up. That's plenty. See, I need to. And that's that on that side. Now I got to look for my pop rivet that I dropped. Okay, I had to make something, a magnetic extension, and put some tape on the end of it to get my rivet out of the hole here that I dropped it into. It didn't look like it was going to escape, but it went right down in there, and I had to fish it out with this magnet with tape on the end of it. Well, let's not drop it this time. Okay, a little bit more on the fog light install. You can see how I ran the SIP wire through there. I took the alternator cover off, tie wrapped the wire to this right here, back into here. As you can see, I didn't take the seat off. I didn't have to do any of that. And I've also reinstalled my console after I put the switch in. I did that the easy way rather than taking all these body parts off. It's just too much work that way. Trying to make it easier to get fog lights installed. Okay, the SIP wire is installed to the positive post on the fuse block. I got it tie wrapped up with all that loose wire so it doesn't dangle around. So the next thing to do is to have all my connections made, is to fire up the bike. And you can see the fog lights are on. I must have got both fog lights on. Hit the button. Should turn them off. Yep, they're off. Both of them off. Hit the button again. And they're back on. So we're good to go on that. We just need to reinstall body parts. Make some adjustments on the aim of the fog lights. Yeah, we're good. So it's just reinstall body parts, which aren't as many as Honda would have had you do. I took off the cowls over here and the cowls over here. The side panel there, and of course I had that alternator cover off and the fuse box cover. That's all I got to put back on. Okay, now we're going to demonstrate the 3 functions of the Pathfinder LED fog lights. Turn the power on. The lights should be off as I left them last. Hit the button once. You should have, we have the fog and DRL off. On. I should have DRL only. Now this third function, the lights have to be off. And then the power, turn the power off. Turn the power back on. Hit the switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have strobe lights. That would be for parade. Now, if I turn the power off and then back on, I won't get the strobe again. I'll have the last function that I selected, which is fog and DRL. And that's pretty much it on the Pathfinder lights.